Hello, the Fox Brother here, once again, with Little Big Planet with my buddy Kyle.
Hey, what's up?
Telling me to unpause? No.
No.
Can't tell me to undo. This is a free country. Anyway, this is the project of KJ & Co. Battle Royale. And if you didn't know already, this is a fighter with multiple characters from different planets fighting in arena and many places and all that good stuff. And, my buddy Kyle here is recording this video right now, and he's helping me out with doing a lot of production. So, give Kyle a round of applause. Imagine there's a lot of people in the background. Yeah.
Yeah.
America. But yeah, I've been doing this for since December, so I've gotten a lot of good progress done. I'm starting to do a lot of production, all that good stuff. But I'm just gonna explain the breakdown of what goes on in literally every single whatchamacallit and everything that goes on in here. So just to start, I'm gonna explain the breakdown of the actual system of how everything is literally emitted from 3 blocks.
And it's a long process.
A very, very long process. A process that you should not try at home, kids, because, towers of logic is not healthy, and you should consult a doctor before doing so. And, yeah, have a good day. Anyway, here's how it works. So, we have logic. You're at a preview mode, right, Kyle? You're at a preview mode, right, Kyle?
No, I can see the towers of logic.
Cool.
Before my eyes.
So what we got here is we're working on Kyle's character named Squinja. It's a play on words with ninja and squirrel, and you have yourself a Squinja.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
It does.
Squinja.
Anyway,
Squinja. Anyway, we have the movement. This is just literally the movements of each character, or at least one character. And today we're going to be explaining Squinja. He's pretty much a ninja with leafy abilities, he has natural abilities, and he has a blade that he's able to conjure into other, natural things. But most of the time, he's able to just slash and switch and slash through his opponents and be awesome and be a cool guy,
With those ninja abilities.
Yeah. So anyway, what we have here is the movements of a certain character, animations and all that, and literally how the system works. It first detects, of course, if the person's there, you gotta know that the person's there. So it first detects that you're facing either right or left, and it will turn on these microchips saying, let's say this microchip is on right now, since he's it's always defaultly right, but on player 1, he's gonna always start facing this way, to the right. So it will turn on this microchip, which then has these go on, and these 2 tags are named General Attacks Right and General Damage. And what they mean is General Attack Sprite, it pretty much tells me that an attack sprite is out, so none of these movement sprites can be shown during an attack, because that would look weird. And then damage tag would tell me that you're being hurt right now, so of course you wouldn't be just standing there while you get hurt, because maybe you're terminated, or something like that. But anyway, inside of the movements tag, or movements microchip I should say, there's a whole bunch of animations, not a whole bunch, but a few animations on walking forward, walking backwards, crouching, dash forward, dash backwards, jumping, falling. Let's see here, normal block, crouch block. If you were to want to try to block, tripping moves, you do the crouch block. And this is just a tag in general telling you that there's a block out so that it wouldn't do the stance animation. And then you have, of course, your stance. If none of these are out, then it just does a regular stance animation. And that's why all of these are hooked up to an inverted OR gate. And what that means is an OR gate is pretty much telling you you could do this or that. It's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, what I pretty much do with these emitters though, I would just take this emitter and have it go over whatever, animation that I want to emit inside of. Let's say I'm doing walking forward right now, so I would put this right here. And it would emit accordingly. And right now, since I'm working on Squinja, I have most of the movement animations done. And I've pretty much explained myself about all the movements. And that's pretty much what I'm just going to cover today. I'm going to do Squinja's dash backwards. Backwards animation.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to pretty much grab a basic stance of Squinja. Gonna drag it over her, and I'm gonna place it right here.
Gotta get away from the enemies sometimes.
Yeah, man, you gotta dash back. You gotta lean back sometimes. I probably won't be needing the tail since I have. Well, actually, yeah, I'll need the tail. I would usually animate the tail later on, but just to get the position, since Little Planet 2 is it can't take that much, so you gotta make things simple. So pretty much. If I go into front view, which is actually a wise thing to do if you're doing animations like this, so I just gotta get my depth of field right, if that's a good way of saying. But anyway, I'm gotta make it so that it looks like it's dashing backwards, or Squinja is dashing backwards, trying to get away from his enemies. Pretty simple little movements and corner editing skills will allow you to achieve your goals. Brought to you by Sumo Digital. Make life easier. The more you know. Gonna put this arm right here. Position this arm right. Gonna make this leg over her just, evading. Because that's what you do when you dash backwards, you evade. You wouldn't be going toward your enemies, would you? Hey, Sonic Fox is trying to call us in the Skype call. That's cool. If you don't know by now, Sonic Fox has been the one helping me with beta testing and all that. He's a really, really professional fighter, and he does tournaments and all that. You should check him out sometime, or I'm not sure how you would really check him out, but doesn't really do much videos, but he does do a lot of cool. He's a cool type of guy to talk to. He loves to fighting games. Like Dead or Alive, Skullgirls. You should also fight me in Skullgirls because Skullgirls is awesome. It's the best game ever. Just saying. And games like that, like fighting games like Skullgirls, or he doesn't really play Marvel vs. Capcom, does he? He loves plays Mortal Kombat 9 though. If anyone loves that game. But yeah, but actually make this a bit more epic by having him, have his arm back. I'm confident enough not to put my sword in front of my face, because I'm evading, because I'm a squirrel, I'm a ninja. Hell yeah.
Squinja.
Making life easier. There you go.
It's a cool animation.
Thank you. I did it in 2 seconds. So we got our tail animate, or at least our tail, or one tail right here. And pretty much what we're gonna do with this, I'm actually gonna grab a preset tail that looks like it's kind of waving downwards somewhere. Huh. Now I'm just gonna grab this and take one of the animations out. This is actually the default animation that I have for if I want to have the default swinging tail, just going like wagging down, up and down. I would just put a tag in one of the animations that I have here and make it so that it would turn off or at least turn on the preset wagging tail. Otherwise, it would just be chilling off. So we got a few animation frames right here. I'm sure this looks all really confusing, but I'll explain that why this is because life. Just saying.
Because of logic.
Yeah, because of logic. So there's a lot going on in here. I'm pretty much just gonna get rid of all of this because this is going to be explained later on. Get rid of this, get rid of that, get all that out of here. Get out of here. Anyway. What this is right here is pretty much a sequencer, which allows you to, sequence your things. That's what a sequencer is. A tag right here that says game freeze, and I'll explain this more in depth later on, but pretty much what it is, it's a tag that's plugged into this timer, and this timer is plugged into the sequencer, which the sequencer is set on positional, which means however amount of this time, or like however amount of time is filled in this timer, it pretty much correlates what's going on in the sequencer. Like, if it was halfway filled, then it would be halfway filled in here. Let's say I would stretch the sequencer, then this would be halfway right here. That's pretty much what positional means anyway. Even Kyle knows, he knows his stuff. So
I know my logic.
Yeah, boy. But yeah, this game freeze tag, it's meant to be when someone does a hyper or a super move, I should probably say, the game would, the screen would freeze, manually. And then all of a sudden, you would see, oh, I'm doing this epic thing that you are going to have to stop all of your animation frames to see. Kind of move. Yeah. Anyway.
Kind of builds up a intense moments.
Yeah. As
in
Kyle
the game.
said. I'm gonna plug this in here.
I'll help you out.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the help.
Oh no, you didn't get it.
Oh yeah, I just missed. I was like, oh gosh, oh no. Restart the video! Stop. Actually, let me adjust that a little bit. I did the frame wrong a little bit. It's meant to wag down. And then this would be... here we go. So this animation frame would be here. And then this one would be here.
Oh no, I messed it up. I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. It's my fault. It's all my fault. Snake! Anyway. I'm going to glue this all together. And hopefully, actually, I'm not going to risk pausing because I feel like that Kyle would die. And I would die. And, the world is a better place without undoing. It's just a fact. So yeah, that's just a wagging tail animation for when he dashes back. You'll see, like...
You want to play it for them? Oh wait, no, we'll probably...
Yeah, we'll die. We will all be destroyed.
We'll take the risk, actually. You want to take the risk?
As KJ says, take a stab at it.
Take a stab at it!
Yeah. Because stabs are meant to be taken. Yeah!
Oh my god! That's a really fast one.
Maybe we probably should slow that down a slight bit.
Yep.
Let's say this timer was set to, 0.1. 0.1 of a second. Let's set it to 0.2 of a second. 0.2 of a second, I mean.
Half the speed.
Yes. See how that works? It's much better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty much like wagging to the wind. As Squinja is dashing back, you'll see his tail just be wagging backwards. Now what we're going to do next here is we're going to, as I check my time, for almost 15 minutes, cool, making good time. I'm just going to quickly take a picture of this Squinja right here.
And why are you doing that?
I'm going to also flatten this image. And if you go out of front view, what I mean by flatten the image, since this game is really, really weak, I need to flatten an image, because that's good. It's good. That's healthy for your health.
It makes the game less complex, and yeah, it makes it not freeze and less lag.
Yeah.
Basically.
I'm pretty much just going to take every single shape that allows you to see Squinja in a certain position. This looks weird, but you'll all see what I mean later on. What I'm doing is I'm literally flattening the image. Taking what was 3D, now 2D, and putting it in the front thin layer. And then I'm going to...
He looks like a mess right now.
Yeah. Like, he looks like he took some steroids invertedly. I don't even know. That would be unhealthy. That sounds terrible. Kyle, would you ever do that?
No.
Of course not. It's a dangerous thing to do. Kids never do that at home. Teenagers, don't do that. Anyway, as I go back into front view, I am going to, one good way to place a sticker on here, which is what I'm about to do. I'm going to place the sticker that I took, or the picture that I took on here. If I click on the picture, if I click on the object, and just go back without, going out of my Pop-It, I can see the outline of it, which makes it easier to place this sticker here. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on Kyle's screen, but I do know that I see it on my screen, so yeah.
I think I saw it.
Cool. So yeah, this is the dashing back animation. What I'm going to also do is glue this frame onto the tails so that it all sticks together. And for a dash, if you saw in the previous videos, you'll see like a little after shadow, like KJ, he like has this whole bunch of boom, 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 kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm going to...
It's like an after image.
Yeah, I'm going to make an after image of Squinja. And since he's a green guy, because he's going green for Earth, he loves him some green.
He likes that spinach.
Yeah, man.
And broccoli.
Yeah, dude, same here. Just with ketchup. No, that's disgusting. Never mind. What was it? I was trying to like be red. Nah, well, it wasn't working. Anyway, what this is an anti-gravity tweaker, and what this is pretty much, as self-explained, it allows you to adjust the gravity of a certain object. And there's 3 settings to this, which are, if I can remember it, there is... Yeah. Anti-gravity, damping, and zero buoyancy. Not really sure what zero buoyancy... I think that has to do with water, but I'm not going to...
I think it's like how bouncy something can be.
Oh, really? Huh.
I'm not sure, but...
Well, what I do know is that anti-gravity, it allows you to, like, let's say the amount of gravity, self-explanatory. It's anti-gravity. You can just adjust the gravity of it. Damping, it pretty much adjusts, like... it's kind of hard to explain. Like, let's say if you were to have an object, kind of freeze in mid-air and not really move, then you would put it at 100. If you don't want that to happen, then you put it at 0%. Like, 50% would probably be, like... It would be really, 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 like... anti-movement-y. If that's even a word. But yeah, here's the after shadow. I'm gonna get rid of...
Wait, he's not supposed to be a whole layer, is he?
A whole layer? Oh, yeah, he's meant to be a whole layer. Actually, you know what? Nah, let me just make him a thin layer. And I'm just gonna glue this to the actual frame. I'm gonna get rid of KJ here because who cares about KJ? I do. Anyway. I'm gonna get rid of his tail animations. And in fact, there's an extra sequencer here just to make things less complicated. None of these are plugged into anything, so I'm gonna get rid of that, as well as this and this. I'm going to place the Squinja frames, or frame, right here. And pretty much you glue it all together. Glue the tail together. And there you have it. Squinge's backwards dash. And to finalize this animation, you would put the dash backwards. Edit the emitter that is plugged into the dash backwards one into, the actual frame. Yeah. So there you go. That's dash backwards animation, and the after shadow is right here. Actually, let me put that in the emitter as well. The emitter for that is right ahead. I have a timer set up to, or at least this tag that tells me that a dash forward or dash backwards animation is out. I accidentally put this on the dash forward, but I'll do that later. I'll fix that later. So this is dash backwards. The animator is right here, and the dash backwards tag is plugged into this timer right here to reset. And this timer is set to inverted, which means it would pretty much reset to be turning on, and then as soon as it's full, or at least it actually doesn't really go full, it goes empty. It just resets to be full. And so it's set to this emitter so that it would be on for that certain amount of time that I set the timer on. And I'll put the after shadow inside the emitter. And put it inside of the movements. But yeah, now I'm kind of running out of time here, so that's all for today. I hope you stick in for more videos to come, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.
Deuces.